Welcome to the GEM video training series. My name is Chris Aylett, I'm the Administrative Manager, and I'm going to introduce you to the annual cycle, what you need to do, what you can expect, and when. Firstly, there are a few key terms we'll be using. The Request for Proposal, or RFP, is a package of documents provided to national teams at the start of the annual cycle. It includes all the materials you'll need to collect GEM data. The Adult Population Survey, or APS, is a questionnaire on entrepreneurial activity, attitudes and aspirations, administered to a minimum of 2,000 adults in each country. The National Expert Survey, or NES, is a questionnaire on the conditions influencing the nature and level of entrepreneurship, administered to at least 36 experts in each country. The cycle begins with the GEM annual meeting, usually held around the third week of January, and has taken place in the past in the USA, UK, Chile and Malaysia. It lasts 3 to 4 days and includes the launch of the previous year's global report, information on the forthcoming data cycle, training sessions, and working groups on a variety of topics. It's a great opportunity to meet and network with members of the GEM community. Each team must send at least one representative to the meeting. Please note that attendees cover the cost of their own travel and accommodation. In February, the Request for Proposal package is made available to national teams. You should download and carefully read the materials in the package. Any questions or concerns, however small, should be addressed to the data team, data@gemconsortium.org. Teams are also asked to sign and return the annual schedule, setting out the key dates and requirements for the year. You'll also be asked to check your team details and to provide us with invoicing information. The first key deadline for national teams is for submission of the NES proposal, listing details of the 36 experts your team plans to interview. Once the data team has approved this proposal, you may begin interviewing experts. Please note that teams may under no circumstances begin collecting either NES or APS data before they've sent in a proposal and had it approved by the data team. In March and April, teams should be preparing their APS proposal, selecting a survey vendor, determining an appropriate survey methodology, adapting the questionnaire to national specifications, and deciding which optional modules to include. The first important deadline in April is for submission of the annual schedule. The second is for submission of the different parts of the APS proposal. Once the data team has approved your proposal, you may begin your survey. Here again, it's really important that you do not start collecting data before receiving the explicit approval of the data team. In May, once the data team has approved your APS and NES proposals, you should be in the process of conducting both surveys. All queries, however small, should be communicated to the data team. It's their job to ensure the quality of the data, and rectifying mistakes further down the line can be time-consuming and costly. The deadline for coordination fee payment is usually around the end of May. Please note that teams will not receive any processed data until the fee is received in full. The deadline for submission of data is usually around the middle of July. This is really important, as lateness can delay data releases and ultimately the production of the global report. If you think you'll miss a deadline, please let us know as soon as you can. In August, the data team process and harmonise the national team data. In mid-September, NES data and the first version of processed APS data are made available to national teams. Teams receive 2 APS data files, individual level data for their country and national level data for all participating countries. Teams are asked to carefully check their data and report any inconsistencies. Please note that data must not be shared outside of your national team until after the release of the global report in January. Following feedback from national teams, the second version of the APS data is made available in October or November. Exactly when depends on various factors, such as whether data is submitted on time or if there are data quality issues, but we try to make it available as soon as possible. Here again, teams are asked to carefully check their data and report any issues. The final APS data files are scheduled for release to national teams in December. As with the second version of data, exactly when it is made available is dependent on different factors and therefore subject to change. Once the final APS data is released, national teams may wish to begin working on their national reports. In January, the global report is launched at the GEM annual meeting, and so begins another GEM cycle. Thanks for taking the time to watch this training video. I hope it's been helpful. As always, please don't hesitate to contact me or my colleagues with any questions, and we will be pleased to help. Good luck, and I look forward to working with you on GEM.